My name is Pradip Mukherji. I was once a messenger of God. Today I am the face of God. I have brought a beautiful interview. The interview is controversial. You will have difficulty in accepting it. You will have difficulty in digesting it. I do not want you to accept it because the Victory Wing has brought to you an interview which is totally out of the box. And for that, they really went. It takes a certain amount of courage, which they had. And for that reason, I really want you to subscribe to Victory Wings because you never know that from now on, they will be looking into those episodes which are out of the box and which will really challenge your regular way of thinking, and they will try to bring you all those things which will actually expand your mind, expand your horizon, and expand your way of thinking. Thank you so much.
You say second God is soul.
Yes.
First God is pagans. And
First God is the ones whom we all the Hindus worship as Ganesha or whatever.
all deities.
All deities. All the pagans worship as nature gods.
Yes.
The Greeks have their own
That's
gods.
what you have detailed as Shiva, Rama, Krishna,
Yeah.
Rama, Durga, etc., etc.
Basically deities.
Yes. You have told as God that there are four gods: the pagans, the soul, the universe, and finally the God number one. Why four gods?
All the other gods came into existence because of the hypnosis created by the Son of God. Originally, there was only Father and Son. The moment I talk about Father and Son, immediately the Christians will say, he is talking about the Christian God, and all the other religion people will say, this person is actually talking about the Bible. Because it is the Bible who talks about Father and Son. And yet, I am not talking about any religion. Because God has got nothing to do with any religion. But it is the Son of God who has everything to do with all religions. So this Son of God, as I said, known by different names in different religion, created every religion and created a hypnosis on the humans to believe that their religion is the best, their religion is the highest, their God is the highest, and they must worship their God, and they must not worship any other God, and they must not go into any other religion.
Why God number one is permitting all this?
To do all these things?
Yes.
Because God number one said to God number two that if you want to play all these games,
Yes.
you have to go out of my kingdom
For you.
to play the game.
Yes.
And there, whatever you will play, I will not come and stop you.
Okay, but God number two can go and play also.
But he is already playing.
He is playing all right, but see, why one God should control the other God?
But they don't control. God number one never controls
He
God
is
number two.
expelled.
He is expelled. And he is given the full authority to do whatever he wants to do.
What is the third God?
What is the third God? The souls.
No, third God is universe.
The third God is the...
Universe.
People think it is the universe. It is not the universe. It is an individual.
But you
Is
said there are 21 universes that you created.
under the God created many universes. 21 were given to him.
Yeah.
So this God, the Son, who is also known as Jyoti Niranjan,
Yes.
is the king of the 21 universes.
He
And
managed.
he is the one managing the whole creation. Human is one of the creation, But human is the most important creation because the humans create the food for the king.
But universe is king.
Universe is not the king. That is the impression that humans have who do not believe in God.
You mean to say this is also hypnosis?
This is also a hypnosis. Those who are atheists, they say, no, there is no God, which means there is no individual God. God is either nature, God is either intelligence, God is either universe, or God is the laws. So the non-believers say this is who is God. So universe is one of them.
You mean to say God number one has priority?
God number one is the only God because he is eternal.
Then why others are categorized as God 1, God 2, God
Because
3,
God
1?
too wanted the humans to believe that he is God number one.
No, where is the question? You see, we have been under the impression that God is only one. Any religion says God is one. When that is the case, why these four gods? Why do you name universe as a god, soul as a god, or pagan as a god, and then say that I am the god number one and I am the boss?
Yes.
All this is to hypnotize people or what?
The people are already hypnotized. God number one is breaking the hypnosis.
God number one wants to guide all these people to make believe.
Not guide. God number one says the cause of your suffering and pain is the ones whom you are worshipping. Every human or whomsoever he worships is the reason for his suffering and pain.
You want to say Rama is my reason?
Rama is
For
your
my
reason,
suffering?
for your reason. Krishna is your reason. Durga is your reason.
Yes.
Allah is your reason. Jehovah is your reason. Father is your reason.
Then how
Mahadev
God
is your
number one
reason.
will solve all this.
God number one did not come here to solve it. He is very clear. Number one, understand who is God and who is not God. Number one. Number two, understand the one whom you think to be God is the one who is causing all your suffering and pain. Number three, understand that no matter how much you worship your God, your pain and suffering is never going to go away. It is not going to end. That is number three. Number four, you have been trapped perpetually in the cycle of birth and death, and you cannot escape it. That is number four. Number five, you are bound in the karmic baggage which is endlessly being created. You cannot cut your karma no matter what you do. Number five. Number six, how do this Supreme God come in now? The Supreme God says, number one, your soul, I am going to free it from the clutches of the king.
Yes.
So this soul now can go back to my house. Number two, all your karmic baggage I am going to end by the time you die. Number three, this will be your last life. Number four, your suffering and pain will continue because that is your destiny. But if you talk with me through the book, through the healing card, or through the image which gets imprinted in your head, I will come and give you a relief.
Imprinted already.
Yeah, I will come and give you a relief.
Yes.
But I will not fulfill your wishes, which means if you say, give me money, I am not going to give you money. If you say, give me a partner, I want to get married, no.
Now, how do I believe that God number one is the only God?
The point is, God says you cannot know. Whatever
I
informations,
did not know.
now whatever informations I am giving to the humans, you cannot know. So what can you do now? Why you cannot know? Because you cannot verify.
Will I know if I connect with God?
No. If you connect with God and if you tell me that I am having this pain, let's say I lost my son and I am in such a deep pain, then God will come and give you relief in that pain. If you say to God that I have lost all my money and I am so miserable, God will come and ease your misery.
That is all not hypnosis.
No, the hypnosis creates the understanding that I need people in my life, I need the money in my life. Hypnosis is a different thing. He is coming and giving relief within the hypnosis without breaking the hypnosis.
Abhi, say, son dies, and then the father starts crying. And he continues to cry for, say, a month or so, and then uske baad tired, okay, he will stop. Is that God's help or by himself?
In this 1 month, he has created the food for the king. Every time a human,
Universe.
it is not the universe. Some people believe it is the universe. Actually, it is not the universe. Because when you
Universe is king, that's what.
no, universe is not king. Some people believe there is no individual God. They say the whole creation is God.
No, God only created the universe.
But that doesn't mean it is God. If God created the universe, it doesn't mean it is God. It is just His creation.
No, the creation is fine, but why, having created, why he gives pain to him, to her, to somebody else?
Because that is the food.
He has created, it is his duty to see that people doesn't suffer.
No, it is His duty to see that people must suffer.
Oh, his duty to suffer.
It is His duty, mission.
It is his mission that people so and so
Must suffer.
from so and so, so and so.
Yes.
And then he will provide relief.
No. I'm talking about the king, not the God.
Oh, king. That's right. Not
It is
God.
no, it is not. God has nothing to do with the humans. God has nothing to do with this creation. God has nothing to do with our universe.
आपने बोला, see, there is only number one God. But here in our scriptures, from the day we are born, I take Ganga Ma as my God, Himalaya as my God, fire as my God, water as my God. Is it true?
That is your faith. When something is true, you don't need faith. When something is not known, I'm not saying not true. When something is not known, now you need faith.
Why Ganga is taken as a God? Maybe people feel whatever God is doing, Ganga also is doing to that level.
I understand. Now you are talking about a metaphor.
Yes.
Now, if you want a metaphoric God, fine. That doesn't make it the God.
No, these such metaphors make a God.
Metaphors is only a metaphor. It is just that currently
No. See, the Ganga, the fire, the all the winds.
the purpose of a metaphor is to support us to connect with the ultimate. So, if someone says only Ganga, no more beyond that,
All these have to go to ultimate.
yes. So this person who is connecting with the river must understand the river is a metaphor to connect with the ultimate.
That is also created by God.
I'm coming, but the ultimate is not in front of me, so I'm worshipping the metaphor. That being so, this metaphor doesn't connect with the true God. This metaphor connects with the king.
King. And king is not liked by the God.
King is not liked by the God, and king is the mission of king is to cause suffering and pain to the humans.
I am God. Okay. Sab is God, Ma is goddess. And then you have created, say, 4 upper worlds. Anami, Agam, Alak, and Sat. All this is for what purpose? See, why create and then assign them a duty karo? He is distributing his workload or what?
It is a play.
Oh,
All creations is a play.
Yeah.
Okay? What God creates is nothing but an expression of who God is.
Yes.
And fundamentally, God is eternal.
Yes, sir.
That being so, everything that God creates has to be eternal, cannot be mortal.
No, but God has to be eternal. These things need not be eternal.
No. Anything that God creates,
It has to be coterminous.
anything that God creates also has to be eternal.
Has to be eternal. Then
It
only
has
will
to
work.
be. If it is not eternal, then it is not the creation of God.
It doesn't work.
It is not a question of it doesn't work. Because the expression of God, all creations of God are nothing but the love of God, the joy of God, and those things creates everything within the qualities of God. And one of the fundamental qualities of God is it is eternal.
Yes, we believe so. God is there forever.
Yeah,
Forever.
but the king is not eternal.
King is not.
And every creation of the king is also not eternal.
Soul is also,
But
as
soul,
long as we live, it is.
no, soul is eternal.
How?
Because it is the Son of God, being
God,
the
it can come back in another form.
it remains as the soul. You see, when I use the word Son of God, let me distinguish. There are billions and billions of soul, but there is only one king. This king also is a son of God, but cursed by the God that you will be mortal.
Yes.
But all other souls who are son of
Are
God
eternal.
are not cursed by God that you will be mortal.
Okay.
So they are eternal.
You just explained that now I am God and Goddess. So, is there eternally? Why this was not there initially and then Abhi kyun aaya?
What came now is something different.
Yes.
And that different was now the souls want to go back home but are not able to go back home. That is what is the difference that has happened
Can go to
currently.
the mother easily and then not the father?
No, it cannot go either to the mother or to the father. And that is why the father and mother had to come in order to free the children, to take them back home. That is what is different. Actually, that is one, but currently they are one. One has become two.
Two.
It is only God who came. When this work started, we had only God, and I was working alone with God. But now, that time my work was to free the souls from the clutches of the king. So you can understand I was not working with the humans. I was working in the non-physical world with the non-physical beings. So my work was totally different. We did not need goddess at that point of time. God was enough. So me and God and this work happened. We completed it over a period of 7 years. Now when we started working with the humans, we have to shift it to at an emotional level. In order to bring it at an emotional level, God had to again bifurcate and become two and bring the goddess in front. That's how she came into the picture. And that's how she is the goddess, and she does the work silently. I am an observer of the work that goddess does, and I am being guided by goddess.
You have been telling that 16 islands are created and then some achint is given some assignment and all that. Why create 16 only? Why not 1? Why not 30?
I said in the beginning when creation started, first 16 islands were created, 16 suns were created. Each one of them had certain qualities very unique, and then further creation work happened. I only talked about the initial part.
And why achint is chosen? What are the special qualities that achint has got other than the other 15?
There are many qualities which God doesn't currently discuss with the humans, because God has this thing that humans don't need to know everything happening in the domain of God. Humans don't need to know everything about God. Humans don't need to know everything about the sons of God. Humans don't need to know why the sons made a mistake. But God just pointed out the whole thing started with one mistake.
As God, you said Achint is the creator.
Achint
But,
was the creator of two beings, one being.
But our Puranas and what we know from the day one, that Vishnu is the creator.
Vishnu is the creator of this domain of the 21 universe. I am talking about a domain beyond this 21 universe.
You mean to say Achint is
Achint is
bigger
beyond.
than Vishnu and
Yes. Vishnu is immortal. Achint is immortal. Achint is the son of God. Vishnu is the son of the king, which means Vishnu is the God's son's son.
how to differentiate that he is
That is
mortal,
that-
he is immortal?
That is how I know, because I have gone through the whole gamut of all their world.
That is the difference between you and me.
Yeah, I speak from a place of knowing.
Yes.
You are getting it from a place of hearing or reading.
Yes.
Okay. Now you are left with two things. Number one, whatever you are hearing or reading, either you accept it or you keep it maybe, or you keep it I don't believe.
Very limited.
The second thing that you can do, okay, I have heard all these things. Now can you talk about something practical? And that's what I come to the humans. All these things fine. I tell to the people, there is no need for you to read the book. What is important is talk to the book about your pain and suffering.
Yes.
Because that has a practical implication in your life if you have pain. If you don't have pain, fine.
Then Achint, she mismanaged. And
It's,
then she gave it to Brahma.
it's a he.
He
Achint is a he.
I thought she. He mismanaged and gave it to Brahma. And
Gave
then
it to- gave
God
it-
took over.
Gave it to Brahma.
Brahma means call Brahma.
No. Achint
I don't know.
I am telling you.
Yeah.
Achint was told that God said to his son Achint, I am giving you the power to create
Yes.
and go and create. But instead of going and creating, Achint created an manager or assistant. Instead of creating the creations, he created an individual.
Yes.
But this individual said, I will help you, but first I want to freshen up.
Yes.
That's when things started going.
Over.
Yeah, that's when things went into a different direction.
Yes, it is.